Today we're going to do an upbeat teaching snippet. I promised you that I would do something upbeat, and I'm going to do that today. So I want to tell you a personal story about me. I was about 30 to 32 years old, and I was an atheist. I was not a believer. I was an unbelieving atheist. I'd already been hurt by the church, and a lot of different things had happened in my life, and I just did not believe that there was a God. Let me throw this in for free. One of the reasons I did not believe there was a God is because the church taught that God was in control of every single thing that happened on the planet Earth, and I decided he was either the most evil being ever existed to allow little babies to be raped by pedophiles, or he didn't exist. And I chose that he probably didn't exist. Okay, that was just a side trail. But I was an atheist, and I decided I wanted to own a business, and it was this business here. Some of you are local people here in the area that I live, and you very well know what this company Crystal is. They've been around for 85 years, and they had been in business for 60-something years when I applied for the franchise. And I did not have the money, the minimum amount of money that you had to have, which was $250,000. That's a lot of money today, and back then, 23 years ago, was even more. I did not have the education that they required or the experience. So I had 3 strikes against me, and I hadn't even filled out the application. But I sent this thing in, and obviously, things worked out. Let me tell you what happened. I bought this book, and it was talking about our words and speaking stuff that we wanted. And you know, what's a girl got to lose when she's already got 3 strikes against her, right? So I did what the book said. It said to go out and buy a green candle, which would bring favor and money, different stuff to you. So I bought that candle, and it said to write on a piece of paper what you wanted, to write it down. And then, depending on what you wanted, it gave you different Bible scriptures to say along with it. It's a scripture. So I wrote that out. Every day I would do what the book said. I lit the candle, and I would say, I will own a Crystal restaurant. And then I would quote that particular Psalms out of the Bible with it. And I did it again, like I said, 3 or 4 times a day. If you want something bad enough, you'll say it 3 or 4 times a day. If you want to be healed, you will look in the mirror and say, I am healed, and I am whatever, disease-free. If you want it, you will do that, because I know I wanted a restaurant bad enough. I was faithful, and I did that 3 or 4 times a day. Anyway, lo and behold, at the Crystal Company, a man met me and interviewed me, and he says, I don't care what I have to do, I'm going to get you that franchise. You're one of the greatest leaders I've ever met, and you will be a successful woman in this business. And somehow, with his favor, he pushed that through with the other board members, and they granted me the franchise. Then I had to figure out how to get a loan. I needed $1 million loan, okay? And again, with the bank, I didn't have the money or the education or the experience, and now they didn't want to give me the money because of those 3 strikes. And I interviewed with the loan officer, and he said, I got to tell you, if there was ever anybody that I would invest my own money in, it'd be you. And this man sat down and tried to figure out and help me come up with a plan that didn't really have the $250,000 in cash in the bank, but ways that I could show that I was investing into that business other than just the money. Did you know that got approved? Now I want to tie this to the Bible, okay? Habakkuk 2:2 says, write it down. Write down the vision and write it clearly, so whosoever reads it can run and tell others. And I did that. And Deuteronomy 6:9, as well as Deuteronomy 11, I believe it's 11:20, but it's twice. God tells these people, his people, the Israelites, 2 different times, and he's talking about his words and them speaking his words all the time so that they would have life. And he tells them to teach their children as they get up and as they lay down, as they go out, as they come in. And he says, write it down. Write it down. And post it. I'm telling you guys, God's so smart, isn't he? Anyway, that's my Bible teaching snippet of the day. I love you. God bless you. And I'll see you again real soon right here on Facebook. Bye-bye.